If you're in your 20s, there's nothing wrong. Hell, if you're in your 30s, there's nothing wrong with living with your parents. And I absolutely think that more people, I would say most people, need to live with their parents through their 20s, okay? But before I tell you why, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, so that you can get more content like this. And if this is your first time to my channel, my name is Robert Fitzpatrick. Some people call me Fitz. I am a licensed real estate agent in Dallas, Texas, DFW, and let's get into it, okay? I think most people need to live with their parents during their 20s. Look, okay, I know the comments. I know what people are saying. Well, I don't want to live with my parents because what if I want to get some ass? What if I want to have a girl over? What if I want to have a boy over?
Are you online dating?
What if I want to do this? What I want my freedom? What if I want to drink all the Kool-Aid in the refrigerator? I don't want them telling me I have a curfew. I don't want... Shut up, okay? Shut up. Chances are you ain't getting it like that. You ain't getting ass like that. You ain't getting Kool-Aid like that. You are not... Most of the things you thought being an adult would bring you, it doesn't bring you, okay? All you do is you end up going out, renting a place that takes up a lot of your income, and then you're not able to save as much as you want to save. And many people may end up back at their parents' house, but this time they don't even have a job.
It broke.
They're not even bringing in income. They're there because they lost a job. They're there because they're in debt. They are there because they're in a bad situation, okay? So look, if you're in your 20s and even your 30s and your 30s, you're looking to reset, okay? There's nothing wrong with living with your parents, and here's why, okay? Let's take the DFW area. The average rent for like a one bedroom is between like $1,200 and $1,500 a month for a one bedroom. It goes around $2,000 for a two bedroom, okay? This is an apartment, right? This isn't a house, this is an apartment. So if you're trying to rent, you are going to be paying that amount every single month. So let's say you get a one bedroom, you're paying around $1,200 to $1,500 a month for a decent area, okay? Let's do the math on that, okay? $1,500 times 12, all right? So for 1 month, that's $1,500. For 2 months, that's $3,000, all right? Let's multiply that by 6. That's $18,000 a year that you're spending just on rent, not utilities, electricity, internet, all that stuff. $18,000, right? Let's say you went to college, all right? I'm a college boy. I have my college degree right here. That's just one of them. I have 2, but let's get back to the video, okay? Let's say you went to college, you graduated at 22, you get a job out of college, and the rest of your 20s, that's 8 years, from 22 to 30, you spend living with your parents, okay? $18,000 times 8, okay? Let's see, 18, 36, it's a lot. I think it's over $100,000. It's closer to 150, I believe.
Yes, cows money.
$150,000 that you would be able to save. And I know you're not going to save all of that, but you wouldn't have to pay it in rent. So if you were disciplined, if you were living with your parents with a purpose, right? Because here's the thing that I don't think many people understand. The average age for a first-time home buyer is like 33 years old. It's between 33 and 36 years old, I believe. So you're not, even if you move out your parents' house at 22 and you're not living with them, most people aren't going to buy a home for another 11 to 13 years. 11 to 14 years. So why not? Even if you live with your parents until 30, right? 38 years, you'd be in a much better position to purchase a property than if you would have moved out by yourself, or even with a roommate, were paying rent until you're 33, and then you go to buy a home. You'd be in a much better position. You'd probably have a higher down payment. You'd probably be able to move somewhere where you actually wanted to live instead of where you had to live, pretty much. and you would be better off.
Facts.
But here's where people mess up at. Oh, here's where they mess up at. They say, oh, I'm living with my parents. I don't have to pay rent. So I can spend $5,000 on Beyonce tickets. No, you can't. I'm living with my parents. So I can take a $10,000 vacation. No. Okay? If you're going to live with your parents in your 20s, you need to take advantage of that and be saving, right? You need to treat, when you get paid, you need to take that money that you would have spent on rent, utilities, bills. You need to take that and you need to put it in an account and forget about it. You need to just put that money away because you're saving for your future, right? But there's an ego problem. See, there's an ego problem with living with your parents because many people feel like they're not an adult until they move out of their parents' home. But here's the thing. Just because you're moving out your parents' home doesn't make you an adult if you're still making childish financial decisions. See, we want to try to separate this. No, you are not an adult just because you move out, right? If you can make good financial decisions and live with your parents, you have a good relationship with them, you're respectful, you respect the rules of their home, there's not all this ego, live with them for as long as you can. Screw your friends, screw your people telling you you need to move out and do this and do that. Hell, with the amount of money that you're saving, all right? I'm just gonna be real right here. With the amount of money you're saving living with your parents in your 20s, all right? You could rent a hotel if you wanted to, for a couple nights and get some, if that's what you're really concerned about. I hear people, I don't want to live with my parents because I'm not going to get none. With the money you're saving, you can get a hotel room and every time you want to do it and do it like that, okay? Look, I'm just trying to problem solve because people are getting in the way of themselves becoming wealthy. And there will be pushback. If you are living with your parents and you have a full-time job, and you're an adult, people are gonna say stuff. But guess what? You're going to have the last laugh when you can buy the home that you wanna buy, when you can save for your retirement the way you wanna save, when you have money in the bank if you wanna start a business, you don't have to go take out loans with all these interest rates. You can pay down your student loan debt. Okay, that's another major thing, right? You know how much of a game changer it would be if you could pay off your student, if you could live with your parents and pay off your student debt so that when you do leave the house, you are debt free. You don't have a student loan. Game changer. So who's really gonna have the last laugh? You who live with your parents in your 20s, paid off your student debt, have a healthy emergency savings fund, and have a large down payment for a property when you do want to move? Or Sally, who moved out when she was 22 after she graduated college and has their own apartment and has their own place and their own parking spot. But they're in student debt. They're struggling to pay their bills. They're stressed out. They're trying to figure out how they're going to stay for retirement, how they're going to save for a down payment on a home, how they're going to pay all of these bills, how they're going to have fun, right? Make it make sense. But let me know what you think in the comments. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in the DFW area, make sure you schedule a free consultation with me. Information is in the description, and I will see you in the next video.